Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video, we are going to take a close look at the new Raspberry Pi 4 portable game system from our friends from China. Yeah, or they also call it a portable arcade game machine. I've reviewed a couple of these machines and the reason why, because they keep releasing new editions. So the casing itself, I think there are not new developments when it comes to the casing build and the quality, but let's take a close look at it. How do you need to unfold it? The thing that you need to do is remove the joystick. So the idea behind it is basically you can lock the system with the joystick itself. Putting the joystick on the machine itself is not a big of a deal. It's quite easy to do. A little bit tricky, you need to move very fast because underneath the joystick will rotate with you when you try to assemble the joystick. Okay, so the arcade box, or the Raspberry Pi 4 box, how you want to call this thing, is completely made out of metal case. And the weight is quite heavy, but not too heavy, because it needs to be portable. What we're going to get is a 10-inch monitor. That looks not bad at all. So let's power it on, and I'll show you how it's going to look. I don't know why this is, but you can see that the monitor itself is not assembled the right way. You can basically do it with an easy fix by removing the 4 screws and put the monitor itself in the right position, but it's just a common problem with these freaking machines. Every single one I reviewed has the same issue. Okay, so when it comes to the layout itself, all of these machines are similar to each other. I don't know if there are an 8-button version, maybe in the future they will release it, but this version only comes in a 6-button layout. Not to forget, what is a big difference between the systems is that we're having the Sanwa and the normal version. The normal version comes just with the China Sanwa clone joysticks and buttons. They are not really bad, but I personally prefer the Sanwa. But for the purpose of review, I wanted to have just a normal version. Maybe in the future I will make a side-by-side comparison with the Sanwa version, but just can tell you out of experience, Sanwa, especially the joysticks, has a way better response. And here at the top we're going to get all the buttons that we're going to need for navigating through the menu. Entering in credit, especially with the arcade games and other things that we're going to need. With the Pi or the Pandora Box portable versions, we're also going to get the same layout. And with the left top corner, we're going to get the on and off switch over here and the battery indication, because this thing is really portable. Not only with a 12-volt power supply we can use it, but we can also use it with batteries. Something is not very common with these portable devices. I know, it sounds kind of weird. It's portable, but not every of these portable devices have the options for using an 800, 615 battery. And the thing you need to take into consideration when you're going to get these, oh man, it's just a nightmare sometimes getting the right ones. And this comes from different products, but just to give you a quick example, some are non-branded and some have capacities that is just too good to be true and just basically the fakes. Man, it's just a nightmare getting the right one. Take consideration, if you need to buy a portable, you need to buy yourself batteries, because they don't come with it. But just for the review, I'm going to plug in the power adapter to make it a little bit more convenient for myself. Okay, so at the back we're going to find the Raspberry Pi number 4. I will open it up a little bit later in this video so you can see how it looks on the inside. We're having here the CF card, so if you want to replace it, upgrade it, make a backup, you can do it from here. We're having 4 USB ports are still functional, Ethernet connection for basically making an update or adding games, and we're having a tiny fan over here. And I must say, it's not very loud. And I'm always forgetting the jack output. Alright, so I can't take it anymore. The first thing that we're going to do in this video is removing the frame so we can rip down this freaking display and put it in the right position, because it annoys me really big time that they freaking don't assemble it like it should be. Alright, like the last screw. Let's lift open. Yep, let's lower the frame. And if you ever need to replace the monitor itself, you can do it very easily, because you can buy it separately on AliExpress. It's not also very expensive, but just wanted to give you a quick look and point out that you can do so if you're having some problems in the future. Because that is another problem, otherwise we can't remove the screen protector. See, this is not assembled correctly, or this is the screen protector. See, that's what we're going to call this a freaking nightmare. Okay, so let's see. We can put it in position. Alright, so if you want to replace the joystick and the button, you can do so very easily by removing the 4 screws. You can lift open the panel, and where you can just easily reach the buttons and the joystick where you can replace them. But take consideration, with this version there are a lot of new electronics inside. Alright, so let's do a quick overview of all the components inside the machine. Here at the left side we're having the battery compartment, the fan is over there, the Raspberry Pi 4 is here, but I don't like the way how they're using the cooling because the tiny blocks is not enough in my opinion. Here at the right side we're going to get the board that basically divides the signal. Here it goes from the HDMI to the divider board, and then we're having more like a cable goes to the PCB board here at the bottom, and the rhythm cable sends the signal to the display. And at the outside, at the right, we're having a signal output HDMI, so we can plug in a second monitor. And last but not least, of course, we're having here the HDMI connection I want to point out to you guys. So let's hook up a monitor, let's power it on, and let's see how good it works. But even they're not using a super expensive screen inside this portable machine, it doesn't look that bad, and it got a very nice view angle. And the colors are not bad either. So when it comes plugging this device in your television, it works like a charm, and it works instantly, and I'm very pleased with the result to see that it doesn't have any problem. You don't need any configuration, and it's just a very neat feature that you're going to get extra with it, because you can use it portable just like in game system, hook up 2 controllers and you're ready to go. Alright, so what can you play with the Raspberry Pi? So the Raspberry Pi, I must say, it's compatible with a lot of different systems nowadays. It's even better, I can say, when it comes to compatibility than the Pandora's box. But the question is more like, what kind of package are they using? To be honest, this is the latest version they've released, and I don't know exactly which package they have ripped off this time from the internet. But in the end, when you're looking at it, the compatibility is just great. Up to, I can say, Sega Dreamcast will run fine on this. But PSP, it's sometimes they will add these games on it, but take consideration it will not run perfectly. So let's try some games and let's see how more like the high-end stuff is running on this Mii machine. And sometimes we're having the problem that they freaking didn't configure everything. Nope, doesn't work. So even the packs look all fancy, there are still games that are not working properly. Damn it.
Versus Shanghua. Battle 1, fight!
And the reason why Sega Dreamcast runs so well is because nowadays they are using the Redream emulator. And that's just the main reason why Raspberry Pi 4 in combination with Dreamcast works so fine. Okay, so I must say the performance for PSP is very good compared with other systems I've reviewed. But the only thing I noticed that I keep jumping when I'm trying to shoot. So they messed something up with the configuration. It may be an easy fix, but I just wanted to point out that even with a package like this, there are still some minor bugs they didn't fix. And you need to fix it yourself. Oh, that's just a great start. Oh boy, you can see the background glitching out. It's way too long to have played this game. But in the end, it's more like it's stuttering it's glitching, it's stuttering. There's nothing want to have the experience. And no. And I think it didn't correctly configure L buttons. No, because this button doesn't do anything. So what a mess, man. N64, it's just a mess, in my opinion. Alright guys, so what do I think of this device? The arcade game box, I think the idea behind it's pretty cool. It's not a really new product. This thing is more like the next generation of the new generation of portable boxes. But basically what they did is grabbing the same box, did some minor improvements. Especially when you look in the Raspberry Pi 4, there's a lot of potential. Raspberry Pi 4, you can run even up to Sega Dreamcast, especially with the Redream emulator nowadays. I think it's just a great system combined with Raspberry Pi 4, but not all systems will run perfectly like N64. And Sega Naomi or some other system did see that there were some minor hiccups. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments, hit the little bell, come on the Wicked family, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.